You're out. You good? Need another five?
Drivers, to your cars.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Full Velocity TV. As you guys see all the stuff going on behind the scenes, Todd Stanton, my partner, got his hands full down there tonight. It is a jam-packed house at the Talladega Super Speedway here. Hobo Racing Xfinity Series on a Sunday night. Great to come back over to Hobo. Great to be back in NR 2003, and really cool to have all you guys out there in the YouTube chat box. It is a live. We are ready to go. A stacked field ahead. Talladega, 66 laps around, all the ambience. Let's go trackside for tonight's indication.
Drivers, start your engines.
And that is going to bring a strong field of race cars here at the Hobo Racing League tonight. So let's dive straight to the starting lineup here. On the pole will be car number 41. That is Josh Boyer, clocked in with a 53.780. To his outside, the 73. That is Herman Reese. Row 2, the 31 car of Jeff Stakanis. Manny Diaz from Riverside, Rhode Island. He rolls off outside row number 2. Third row, inside car is a 25 of Ron Simpson. To the outside is Joey Sigmund in car number 64. Rich Knappich takes the 6 car out tonight from position number 7, and outside of him, Randy Smith aboard car number 10. Ninth starter, we find the 21 car, the owner of Hobo Racing League. That is Steve Rubino, and alongside him, the 55 is Evan Castle. Sixth row, inside car, the 9 of Jeff Fugate, and alongside of him, the 48 car of Austin LaPlante. Mark Aldred rolls off from 13th tonight aboard car number 01. Duke Sorensen rolls off outside of him in car 59. 15th starter tonight, the 78 car is Ryan Johnson, and to his outside, the 76 car is Mike Gibson. 17th position tonight, we find driver of car number 44. That is Danny Rubino. Outside of him, the 85 car is Ricky Bumbalo. 10th row, we find Joey 2 in the 66 car. Richard Falco rolls off alongside aboard car number 2. 21st starter, the 37 car, Brandon Spadafora rolls off 21st, and Bob Becker, old pushrod, he rolls off 22nd in the 17. Jeff Rogers clocks in 23rd quick tonight aboard car number 91, the 101 alongside of him. Believe that is, I got to get the name there. I believe that's Gregory Blues there in the 01. Everett Lintz roll off tonight 25th, 26th, the dog John Palmer. DJ Hinsky will roll off 27th in the 14. Rob Keller in the Flying Zero car. Rooster, the 94, rolls off deep in the field. Rob Heath, Andre Monjone, star-studded field here. 30 drivers strong for 66 laps around this Talladega Super Speedway. Todd Stanton, we have done races here at Talladega, hundreds of times before, but man, it's awesome to come back. Welcome home, brother. What do you say we get ready to go?
Yeah, get ready to restack, repack here. Super Speedway style, high-speed chess match, Talladega Super Speedway. Cannot wait for this to get going here. A little bit of glitches here on my end, Phil, so we're going to see what's going to happen here. Green flag getting ready to come out. The hammer is down. A little bit of stuttering here on the front straightaway, but we have these guys lap and a half to get up to full song, so hopefully I can get some of these video things underway here, Phil.
And a little different here tonight. GNS physics for the guys tonight. Hobo Racing for the Xfinity Series that runs here on Sunday night. It's fixed setups. So everybody's going to be out there on the same pair of stuff. So we'll see what 66 laps is going to do here. It's a long race here, but you're going to make probably at least two, maybe 3 pit stops here. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stretch these things out past 22 laps. So a lot of racing left to go. Up front, our pole sitter, the 41 car of Josh Boyer. He breaks out to the race lead. Herman Reese there's Jeff Stakanis. Manny Diaz, the 710. He looks like he has dropped back a little bit there. Also put Rich Knappich, the 6 car. He's up to the 6th spot, Todd. Everybody up front. You got Jeff Stakanis out, a 31 car. He's broke free of the pack in the turn 3 and 4. Down through the trial for the first time. Lap number 1 is Jeff Stakanis. So Stakanis will take the lead on lap number 1. Todd, just working down feverishly. Todd Stanton had his hands full tonight here. It's been a team effort getting us on the air. Did not want to get this broadcast off on the wrong foot. Did not want to make these guys wait any longer with these 30 drivers in the pit area. So we'll give Todd here a brief second, but they are single file all through the bottom side of the racetrack, as you guys can see here. The great camera views given around the Talladega Super Speedway TR version here tonight. If anybody knows this, that this track's been around a long time. Here's Todd's going through the overlays here. Caution flag is not on the speedway. Todd just making sure all the buttons are working properly down there. He had a little system crash here about 3 minutes before this broadcast is on the start. We had to scramble some behind the scenes. I had to run down to the trailer for my position, get stuff all back plugged in on the airwaves. So single file up front, all the way back we find Stakanis, your leader, Josh Boyer, Ron Simpson, Herman Reese, and Rich Knappick, your current top 5. 6th spot, we find Manny Diaz in the 710. Also back there, you find Steve Rubino. Great to see Steve having a good run out of the gate. He currently runs 7th. First car to the outside is we have a caution flag on the speedway now. Caution flag for the first time tonight. Looks like we have Carnage, Todd. And looks like maybe the back straightaway heading toward turn number 3. So you got a couple of cars rolling away slowly. I think it's the 108 John Palmer, the dog. I think I see hiccups happening there. Also looks like maybe another car involved there as well. So to put the period on that for a second, not sure how quick you'll be able to get back through replay, Todd, but hopefully you're all systems go. You're back there with me.
Yeah, I'm back there with you here, Phil, as we got some of those technical gremlins out of the way here. I apologize once again to everybody out there on YouTube. We got to miss a couple of those things. But we're going to go back, and we're actually going to be under yellow, so you're going to see that beautiful caution flag display come up here. I'm going to go back through. We're going to see what happened to bring out this first yellow flag of the evening. As it looks like we got a look here. Sorry about a little bit of gremlins once again here. Phil not talking. I don't think he realized I was available here. But the 27 of Andre making contact with the 0 machine, sending the 0 of Rob Keller around into the 108 of John Palmer. Palmer looks like he's going to be no worse for the wear, though. He made a little contact, slight contact with the outside wall. Nobody else barreled into these guys. So slight contact all the way around for these guys, but that was enough to bring out the first yellow flag of the evening here at Hobo at Talladega Super Speedway.
Yeah, it looked like a 3-car wreck that almost could have turned into about 10 or 13. And didn't want to step on you, Todd. I took a drink here, let you get all that worked out. Didn't want to, overburden all of us out there. Everybody on YouTube, that chat box is alive, and they are following along every word here tonight. Thank you for all the support out there. It's really good to come back to the NR2003 scene. There's a couple shows back into our rebirth back over here with Full Velocity TV, and awesome crowd of cars on hand here. 30 drivers at Hobo. 31, it looks like, took the green flag. Looks like the 64 car of Joey Sigmund has found his way behind the wall. Also, Jeff Rogers, a 91. Looks like that car, with a little bit of damage from that wreck, has fallen 1 lap down to the rear. Of course, we saw Rob Keller involved, John the Dog Palmer. Rich Fenkel has come to pit road. I think that car had just a tad bit of damage there, as that was a little extended of a pit stop, but they're all back behind the pace car. I'm down here trying to peek around, chase down some more stories, and give you guys the best of sim race coverage, as Todd and I have been trying to bring you for years and years and years, and we've really stepped out on a limb here tonight. ready to go. Looks like, Todd, we're going to get a restart this time around. And remember, it's single file restarts when we come over to Hobo Racing. So what normally is going to take about a lap and a half, well, it may be closer to about 2 laps before you see all these guys stacked up in a double wide formation as they get a car a lap down. So it looks like we're going to have at least one more time around before we get back to the green flag. So let's just let us talk here a little bit. But single file restarts, talk about how that changes the game. It's been a long time since we talked about single file restarts in a place like Talladega. You would normally think that the first 2 or 3 rows double file, you have a chance. It's even harder when you start off single file.
Yeah, definitely going to be a little bit different here. Single file lights still on atop that pace car out there in front of Jeff Stakanis. And that number 31 machine, Josh Boyer and Ron Simpson, that's your top 3 right now. It changes the complexion quite a bit. Double file restarts, you're able to be up alongside of maybe even the leader. But single file, you have to change it up just a tad bit. They're trying to make your corner entry. You might be able to make up more positions when you're double file versus single file. But the 31 of Jeff Stakanis right now, he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to control the pace, and those guys behind him, maybe they get a good jump, but Stakanis is going to be able to go around without that guy on the outside of him on that restart. So you got Stakanis, you got Ron Simpson, now it's Herman Reese, in that third spot, the number 73 machine, Richard Napick in that number 6 machine, and Manny Diaz in the number 710. That is your top 5 running order. Like you said, lights still on atop that pace car going down the back straightaway. These guys just waiting to get it on here once again at Talladega, and it's going to be a barn burner, I do believe here. Last time we had a couple of these events here between Daytona and Talladega, I believe we got to venture out with Hobo Racing, and they had one whale of a finish, and I wouldn't expect any less from Hobo Racing here tonight there, Phil. It's Stakanis and all the guys out there, Herman Reese. There's quite a bit of different guys out here, and anybody can win a super speedway race. You could come from 25th and win the race. It's just all about luck and where you place your car.
Oh, absolutely. We had a lot of laps here left to go, but I just pulled up the current point standings for the Hobo Racing Xfinity Series here. I think this is race number 25 of the season here. Been run here every Sunday night. And it is Herman Reese who comes in tonight as our series point leader. He scored 35-44 on the year. Now, I believe these guys, a lot of old school things of Hobo Racing. They still use the old style NASCAR point system, which was 185 for the winner. 5 points for a lap led, 5 points for leading the most laps, and all that old school stuff. So he's got a 60-point advantage, which sounds like a lot, but in the old school system it isn't. But 60 points over second place Ryan Johnson in the standings. Ryan's had a tremendous season here, winless on the year, but he's got 12 top 5 finishes that have really powered him along. Rich Napick comes in tonight, 3rd in the standings, also has not picked up a win. Current race leader, the 31 car of Jeff Stakanis, he's 4th in the standings. He's a 3-time winner here this season, 10 top 5 finishes. He's had a strong run. He comes in 307 markers behind our current leader and running at the top 5, the Rooster, number 94. He's got 1 win this year, 5 top 5 finishes, 11 top 10s, finds himself 365 points. So that's a good 2-race advantage here. But you look at likes of Herman Reese up front, 60 points back to Ryan Johnson, 291 back to Rich Napick. Napick may be over a race away, but all that can change here at Talladega. If the 6 car has a good run, the 73 may get caught up in something. Those points could disappear here at Talladega in a hurry. It's really a chess match. This is one of those, races late in the season, Todd, where you kind of really grip the wheel really tight and just kind of have to play it clean all evening long, because championship dreams can be made at Talladega. They can also be broken in a hurry.
As I like to say, dashed in a blink of an eye there, Phil, and that's one of those things at Talladega or any of these super speedways for that matter, that your championship hopes can be dashed or make it extremely, extremely difficult for you to make up those points later at portions of these events. So lights are extinguished up atop the pace car. We're going to be ready to get back to green flag racing again. Like I said, Jeff Stakanis, Ron Simpson, Herman Reese, Richard Napick, Manny Diaz. That is your top 5. Steve Rubino. Then you got Randy Smith, Jeff Fugate, Evan Castle, and Mark Aldred in the 0-1 machine. That is your top 10 running order, and I'm going to say that's going to change here within the first lap and a half. You're going to see these guys slice and dice their way through the field, trying to better themselves here as we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn down to pit road. Jeff Stacanis waiting to get that green flag so he can fire. He should be able to fire first. We'll see if these guys are going to stack it up or where they're going to play themselves on this track. Talladega TR version here at Hobo Racing. Still waiting on that green flag. The flagger's sleeping just a little bit as they come down through the trial, waiting to throw that green flag. I believe that's going to come out in the air now. Green flag is definitely in the air as the Jeff Stacanis car fires, and it's really slow when these guys get up to speed, Phil. It really shows it here on the screen. Jeff Stacanis coming up through the gearbox in that number 31 machine. Ron Simpson running in that second spot, already about a car length and a half gap, but Stacanis don't want to get too much of a gap because it's going to allow those guys behind him when they get up to full speed to get one whale of a run.
Yeah, the problem is here in single file, it may take them a good lap to a lap and a half just to even get up to full song before anybody can really make a move and maybe throw this race too wide and try to make the run as they bring the sprint race down the backstretch into turn number 3. Stacanis going to be the first one there. Ron Simpson right there, single file along, back there. Herman Reese, Rich Knappich, Manny Diaz, the 710. Top 5 are all single file. Steve Rubino's currently 6 to 10 of Randy Smith, just waiting for one of these guys back to Fugate, Evan Castle. Austin LaPlante looks to be the first, trying to make something happen up to the outside. Now it looks like those guys are maybe finding a little bit up there. It's Steve Rubino, the 21, the first driver up to the outside lane, Todd. But only problem is he had no help, and just like that, he's going to drop back to the low side. But Austin LaPlante, the 48, he may have something working. They're almost 3 wide racing off of turn 2 there for about that 9th spot.
Yeah, as we're taking a look out the back camera angle of Jeff Stacanis back at the field here at Talladega, watching a rearview mirror full of Ron Simpson as you've been watching those great battles through the field, just trying to give you some high quality looks. You've seen a nice 3-wide battle as they come down into the corner there about mid-pack. It's interesting to see just this type of view, looking out here, looking out at the field, looking out at what these guys are actually doing. So we're going to take a couple more looks here through different camera angles as we're on top of the 25 now. Ron Simpson, we're inside the cockpit of Ron Simpson in the 25, just watching him go to work. We're just looking at different camera angles as we're looking down from up atop here, just looking at what Talladega curtails here. Just giving you a nice broad spectrum of what's happening here. Watching these guys start to fight to the outside here. As Jeff Stacanis still holding on to the lead. The 25, Ron Simpson, looks like he's going to dive low there down the back straightaway, but to no prevail as he drops right back in the line behind Stacanis.
Yeah, they really are. They're all looking for a line. One guy really making it work on the outside, that low Chevrolet, the 48 of Austin LaPlante. That was Austin, always a risk. He has a little bit extra something under the hood here tonight, and he certainly got that Chevrolet rolling the outside lane, but looks like a 21 of Steve Rubino has moved up to the outside lane, maybe provide a little bit of assist. So always strength of numbers there, Todd. Sometimes 2 cars is better than 1. The outside lane at Talladega, the TR version, it's definitely going to eventually come in. And as I say that, here comes Manny Diaz to the outside of the 710. That's good racing for about 3rd on back. They're getting some numbers up top. You may see that top side start to make a break toward the race lead off of turn number 2.
Yeah, definitely Manny Diaz, a man on the mission in that 710 machine, now pulling up almost alongside with that number 73 of Herman Reese. Right now he's battling it out with Rich Knappich and that number 6 car down on the bottom side. Outside starting to gain that momentum, that train effect on the outside. Not as much as down on the bottom where you have to let off the gas there when you start getting up next close to one another. And that causes that chain reaction, that slinky effect as we would call it. But the bottom side seems to still be working really well. A lot better as Knappich now goes to the outside of the number 73 of Herman Reese. They're side by side here down through the trial. Now Knappich tries his hand and trying to make that outside line go.
Yeah, he's got that black and orange number 6 car up to the top side. Knappich was running in the 4th spot. See if he can't hook up with the likes of Manny Diaz on the 710. The 21 is up there. The 48 of LaPlante, they're all in the outside lane. The answer right now is, Todd, no, they're not making it happen at all. It's opened the door for the 10 car of Randy Smith, the 9 of Fugate there on the inside lane. Those guys may start to creep forward as brake pedals going on to the backstretch. Caution flag once again on the speedway here at Talladega, the 2nd one of the night here, only on lap number 12. So really early on of the going, things happening here, and just trying to go back through the field here and maybe help our buddy Todd out with just a vantage point of what happened. But I just don't have the camera angle, Todd. I think you'll have to use the extra 40 you have and go back and show us what happened here at the replay.
Definitely looks like a bump draft gone wrong here. It looks like the number 87 is involved in this one, and I know a lot of people out in YouTube will be disappointed in this one. As here comes the 87 here. Looks like he's there, and then gets into the dog, and then the 66 machine rear ends him, and the 87 able to keep going, but the 66 hard into the outside wall also makes contact, as you see on the screen here, with that Ted Musgrave lookalike. Oh man, I remember that Family Channel number 16 machine. It's the 101 here tonight, and they make contact hard, both hard into the outside retaining wall. Cycle of a spin cycle down the back straightaway for the 66 machine, but a lot of heavy nose damage, I'm going to say, to the 66 and that 101 Ted Musgrave lookalike paint scheme there, Phil.
Yeah, and you talk about the old Family Channel scheme in the 16, but it also takes back memories of old Kevin LePage in that 16 when he did what they call it, LePage to field, when he kind of drove through. But yeah, definitely going to be damaged there. Tough break for those guys back there. It's pretty busy back there this evening. You see Everett in the back of the 108, as you said. Just bump drafting gone wrong. The 66 car of Joe 2 looks like that car all tore to pieces onto pit lane. So give us a little more time here. Is pit road gonna be open? I think a lot of these guys just had come in about 5 or 6 laps ago, but why not come on in if you can, at least top off the fuel, get a couple of tires put on that thing, and put yourself back in the going. A lot of racing left to go here at the Hobo Racing League. Find this great league. 3 nights a week of great racing. You know, the Xfinity Series here tonight, the Cup Cars Tuesday night, and they go back and forth between the Whelen Modified and the 358 Dirt Modified on Thursday nights. HoboRacing.com is how you find Steve Rubino, Danny Rubino, and all the cast of characters. And there's a great group here at Hobo Racing. Look these guys up. Cannot recommend what these guys do enough, and they will take care of you. All the links to the downloads all right there on their website. Easy to sign up here with Race LM. They have you all taken care of, and what a way to come out here. And not a better league out there, Todd. The car counts, the atmosphere, the way these guys do things, the racing, very, very fair, very clean. Can't recommend the Hobo guys enough if anybody's out there looking for a great league to come race with in some downtime.
Sorry about the delay there with me here. I forgot to push the mute button. I guess you guys didn't really want to hear me that bad. Randy Smith is your current race leader. I believe he's going to come down on pit road this time by. I believe he can elect not to go down, and he's going to make me eat those words. Randy Smith is going to stay out on the field. He wants that limelight. He wants that TV time. Number 10 of Randy Smith is your current race leader. Second is the 710 of Manny Diaz. Steve Robino running in third. And at number 21, Mark Aldred in the 01. He is running fourth. Evan Castle running fifth in the 55. That's a lot of fives there. Sixth is Ricky Bumbalo in the 85. Brendan Spadafora in the 37. He is running seventh. Eighth is Josh Boyer. DJ Hinsky running ninth. And 10th is Rob Keller. 11th is Richard Venkel. Jeff Stakanis, who was leading this event here early on in the going, is going to restart probably right around the 11th or 12th position, and some of these guys still making pit stops. Field strategy may be the name of the game here at Talladega. You want to save those extra ounces of field. Tires don't so much matter. It's that field mileage that may propel you to a win here at the end of this event there, Phil.
Absolutely right. You're always going to think about running a Talladega race almost kind of in reverse, because you want to spend the least amount of time on pit road under green as you can. Not a bad idea to come on down and top one of these things off and see if you can't make a run toward the checkered flag. But Todd, it's been a while since we've been over to do this in NR 2003. At Talladega, we get the extended caution flag. So what do you say we do one of these very rare in-race communication interviews at one of these guys? And let's see, where do we start here? Why don't we talk to the point leader? let's see if we can't look up the 73 car of Herman Reese. See if I can't get him all squared away. On the end of my screen is a big, long list of drivers here tonight that have come and graced us this field over at Hobo Racing. There we go. I think I've got Herman all squared away. Probably going to scare him to death, but hey, he's a pro. He can take it.
He was on vacation, wasn't he, Andre? Like, on vacation, wasn't he?
Herman Reese, it's Phil LaCasso, Full Velocity, buddy. You got a copy? We're on the air.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
Hey, well, we're just taking a minute here. We've got an extended caution flag. Said, well, why not talk to our old buddy Herman Reese? It has been a while. You come in tonight as a series point leader. We've had 2 early caution flags. Seen you come to pit road. You're going to restart deep in the field. Now, Todd and I talked about Talladega is one of these races that could really make or break a championship type of effort. How much do you think about that coming into an evening like this?
Oh, absolutely, because this is a race that anybody can win, and it always brings in big fields. So you can lose a lot of points.
Now, it looks like unofficially, I'm going to say you're going to restart about 28th. Now, we got a lot of laps to go. Are you going to do anything at all, maybe try to charge your way up through the field, or are you just going to kind of let this race come to you and kind of forward thinking, knowing, hey, I got to keep myself from being in an adverse situation and maybe keep defenders of this thing? What are you thinking back there?
Well, now, since I dug a hole that I'm just going to ride here and just try and maintain the draft and see how it sorts out. I made a driver error there. My plan was to stay up so I'm probably just going to ride this out in the beginning, see how it goes. If that top line forms, I might even go to the 3rd lane. This track is great racing. If I can get the right partners, let's say, I'll make an attempt to get back up.
Well, you're going to be a guy not far from our eyesight all evening long there, Herman. As always, really good to catch up with you. I know we got more races to come. If it's not in Victory Lane here, I know we probably got a couple of good tracks in the future coming up for you at Darlington, Modifieds at Thompson. So I got a feeling we're going to be talking to you here on our post-race show soon. But as always, Blake, good to talk to you. Good luck through this night. I know we got a lot of racing left to go. Keep those fenders clean on that Cadillac, will you?
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys have a great night, too. Thanks.
All right, that's our buddy Herman Reese. Really good to talk to Herman, Todd. It's been a while. I know we were away from this sim for a couple of years, or a couple of months, I should say. But yeah, Herman's one of the great guys out there. Great interview, very insightful guy, and he says it like it is. It's a super speedway. I have a point lead. I'm in a championship battle. Talladega is one of these nights you circle and say, hey, not about maximizing, it's about minimizing the damage.
Yeah, it's definitely about minimizing the damage there, Phil. And like you said, he's just going to hang out and ride and hopefully make it back towards the front. Pace car making that hard left-hand turn. The pace car lights were extinguished. Commenting out there about the van out there that we used to have on DRTV. Let's see that come back there, Phil. I think there's got to be something somewhere around the way that maybe we can make that come back or with our colors or strip it or something. I know it was in the junkyard last time, but getting ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here, Hobo Racing League. It's Randy Smith, Mandy Diaz, Steve Rubino. Green Flag's in the air. Look at the jump the Hard Rock machine. The number 10 of Randy Smith got over the second place running Mandy Diaz. That's about a 10-car length advantage already coming down into turn 1. That's not what you want to see here, Phil. These guys are going to come on him like a gangbuster, I believe, coming down that back straightaway here, or maybe even the front straightaway. Those guys are going to have the draft. He's all by his lonesome down the back straightaway.
Well, what feels like a rocket, being launched out of that number 10 car, well, he's going to be down there with no air and all by himself. It's going to be like throwing a parachute out here. By the time we get to turn number 3, Steve Rubino's got the 21 off the inside of the 710, and you can see the run, Todd. As these cars start to pick up speed, the draft starts to come into play. You see the 21, he's run down all the way to the back bumper of the 10, and he may have some extra momentum. Steve's going to look for the outside. We're going to race for the lead. The 10 car, he got too good of a run right there on the restart. The only problem with Rubino in the outside lane, he's got zero help. Mark Alger, the 01, he stayed to the inside. He's going to push the 10 car up to full speed. Keep Randy Smith up to the lead, but I really thought there would be more cars jumping to the outside lane and maybe taking that run away from Randy Smith.
Yeah, I definitely thought there was going to be something going on there as Rubino jumped to the outside, had no help, but he was all by himself up there, could not do anything. I think Ricky Bumblow tried to help him there as we're going down the back straightaway here. Looks like yellow flag might have come out here, fellas. It looks like these guys have slowed a little bit. Maybe I'm currently wrong here. But yeah, yellow flag is out there in the air. Going to go back to work here. Just to answer Ian Rubino's out there. Danny is still in the race. He is running 21st on the speedway right now, currently. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen to him. And I believe he's just sitting and waiting. So just a lot of Rubino fans out there. There's a cheerleading section out there on YouTube. Got to wait and see what else everybody has to predict maybe later. But thank you out there on YouTube for watching us. And hopefully you're enjoying some great racing here.
Yeah, we're going to put Todd back to work down there. And Todd, I don't have a good view. For whatever reason, I just lose sight of everything that goes on in the backstretch when cars get sideways. I don't have the greatest vantage point tonight, but I hate to say it. We just talked to point leader Herman Reese. I think he may have got a piece of this one himself. I believe the 66 car of Joel 2 may have been it as well. I can't confirm that as they've kind of went out of view, but I believe it looked like it was the Herman Reese machine that I did see spinning down toward the grass in the back straightaway here at Talladega, which, you know, never a good sign when you're stuck down there. But I'm not sure if you're ready for it yet, Todd. I know we got the Rubino family out there. I see Keith McLean's out there. Keith, great to see you. Would love to see you out here on the racetrack, but good to see you guys on the chat box. Also see Bob Tompkins just checked in as always. You know, Brandon Spadafora has got a lot of, you know, fans out there as well. Welcome to the show. Hope you're having a great time out there. But Todd, you're the man with the plan. What do you say we go down there for a full velocity replay? I think the third one of the evening already.
Definitely the third one of the evening. Still working out these bugs that I got here, Phil. They're starting to itch or something. I don't know what's going on. We won't comment on that any further. But the 73 machine, of course, the Black Cloud hit him. We interviewed him here live on Full Velocity TV. The Black Cloud hits him here in the form of the number 76 machine. 76 coming down. Looks like he's trying to bump draft him here. Oh, makes a slight contact with the 73. He's around. He might be in luck, though. The 73 looks like he's not going to make any contact with anybody. Just barely backs it into the wall just a little bit. 66, kind of a side spin there. He's down through the infield, but the 73 of Herman Reese did get a tad bit of damage to the rear end of his car. But Herman Reese looks like he's no worse for the wear. Maybe able to fix that just a little bit. He might be off the pace a tad. But the rear end damage, luckily, he didn't nose it into the wall because that's where the most of your damage can come from. Again, bad luck strikes the points leader here, the number 73 of Herman Reese.
Yeah, and we just had asked the same questions there. It's a night that you really got to think about survival, and you get stuck back in the field, and sometimes it just has a way to reach out and find you, and that's exactly what happened to Herman. There is a kind of looked like a slot car incident there. Looks like the 73 goes a little tad bit off kilter, and the 66 car goes up into the outside wall, and you know, not a too hard of a hit there for the 66, but it kind of stayed up there, just bounced it off the wall a little bit, and you know, both drivers look like they're going to be able to keep that thing going in the right direction. Maybe a couple of scratches on it, but I think they'll be all right. A lot of racing left to go here at Talladega. 3 untypical early caution flags for the first 20 laps of the event. 66 is the main event. Of course, you here watching Full Velocity TV. Phil Lacasse and Todd Stanton on the call, as always, for FDTV. And I know there's a lot of leagues out there but waiting for us to come back to the center of our community. You know, we get a lot of iRacing leagues out there that have watched what we're doing, and we've had some really good things happening in that sector as well. There's only one way, guys, to get your league live on Full Velocity TV. You have to get a hold of us. Full Velocity TV on Facebook is where you can find us. We have a page. We have a group. You can also drop us a simple old school email at fullvelocitytv@gmail.com. Get a hold of us. We'll get a date all squared away for you. We won't turn away no dates, nobody. We will do the best we can to accommodate a date for your league sometime soon. So much coming up for us in the next couple of weeks. We got 3 broadcasts over the course of 4 days coming on. Of course, here tonight at Talladega with our friends at Hobo Racing. Tomorrow night, back on the airwaves, over doing some iRacing at TDR with the RTZ Open Pro Late Model Series. Back at it Wednesday night. We go back over to Dirt Warrior Racing for a 60-lap Wednesday night street fight in the street stocks at Lanier Speedway. So a lot of great stuff coming up. Also, the 10-race FTF Verizon Cup Series playoffs to come. 4 great events for TDR Racing, and I believe Fast Racing got a hold of us here. We have to iron out the date where we're going to go over on a Wednesday night to Fast Racing and highlight the Under Armour Cup Series. So many great things to come. We would like to do more. Get a hold of us now, fullvelocitytv@gmail.com, on Facebook and whatever else. Get a hold of us. We will get to you and showcase all the great stuff you got going on. So a little bit of extended caution flag here at Talladega. That does take a while to get around. We've had cars at least one lap or more down. Mike Gibson, the 76, he's still out there. He's currently running 30th. 21 laps into this great event for Hobo Racing, the 25th event here of the Xfinity Series calendar for these guys. It's a long season there, Todd. We talk about, we get a lot of leagues, the Cup schedule coming up. You talk about the chases coming up here soon for a lot of these leagues. For our home base, to scramble at TDR is a couple of weeks away. You've got great championship battles in Xfinity Series, a lot of leagues, Truck Series. I mean, we're getting down to championship thinking kind of year. It's going to keep us very busy. There's going to be a lot of good racing all over the atmosphere.
Definitely going to be a lot of good racing all over, like you said, and championship. It's that type of, you can smell it in the air. It's happening all over the place, even your local dirt tracks, championship nights and different things going on here as their seasons come to a close, especially out here in the Northeast. That other dreaded 4 words coming here sooner or later. But Phil, I got a question for you. I've been looking at a car here on the screen, and of course it's the leader. It's Mark Aldridge in the 01 machine. That paint scheme right there, Phil. I remember this paint scheme. Do you remember what NASCAR driver? I even put it in the YouTube chat box.
Oh,
do you remember what NASCAR driver drove that paint scheme in that number 1 machine there? It had a different number on it, but what was the paint scheme? Who was it?
Well, it was the First Plus Financial machine. It was co-owned, I believe. Dan Marino had a stake of this team. I believe the driver was Connecticut's own Jerry Nadeau. That was the first driver of car number 13. I think that was the very first driver. That crew had a couple of different drivers take the helm, but I think Jerry Nadeau, Todd, is the answer you're looking for.
Definitely was Jerry Nadeau in that number 13 machine. Just trying to do a little trivia here. I know we got some Kabang Energy Candy. It's a sponsor on Monday nights, and they're actually sponsoring Full Velocity TV. We do have, I'm going to say 100 packages, I swear. I have Kabang Energy Candy to give away to YouTube chat box people, and maybe we'll come up with some trivia questions here in the near future, so stay tuned to watch for some of the trivia questions that we have. We may have some nice cool giveaways here on Full Velocity TV as we keep going with our momentum here, Phil, and it's some of the interesting things that we're going to throw at everybody out there in YouTube land and all the new things. We got new widgets and different stuff coming to streams, so just stay tuned. I mean, there's a lot of different hiccups that we're going through here, growing pains. But we'll make sure that this is top notched and probably the best in broadcasting as soon as we get some of that stuff going. But I think giveaways to everybody out there that supports us. That's one of the things. You got to support the fans. You got to support the leagues, the racers, everything. Giveaways coming very, very soon, guys. So the more you watch Full Velocity TV on any given night, you may get one of those giveaways, and we're just going to give it to you for free. So that's one of those things, Phil. I've been working on in the background with some sponsors.
Yeah, we have been very, very busy for sure. The great folks, Kabang Energy Candy, they've come aboard on Monday nights, and it's just awesome to have those guys come aboard to be a presenting sponsor for us on Full Velocity TV. And yeah, why not? We'll try to figure out some cool ways to do giveaways here. We know we got a lot going on. We know we've got 50/50 raffle tickets we do on sale for tomorrow night as well. So we've got a lot that goes on, and we'll talk to a lot of these great people out there and tell you how to get involved. We hope you'll follow us. I know a lot of the family from drivers out here at Hobo Racing like to tune in here tonight. Always great to come to Hobo and see the crowd and the response that comes out. But we invite you guys to like this page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch all the shows, be a part of all the atmosphere we got going on as we do a lot of racing, different leagues. We go back and forth from NR 2003 over to iRacing, the dirt racing and iRacing, just top of the line. I think you guys will really dig that as well. We got a lot of giveaways that go on there, 50/50 raffle ticket stuff. And so be a part of Full Velocity TV, guys. Subscribe to this YouTube page. But Todd, Green Flag Racing going to come back here from Talladega, 23 laps into this 66-lap event, and it was the 85 car, Ricky Bumbalo, who brought them back to the green. Single file restart, but they're all going to get glued to the inside lane. Guys trying to jockey and make moves to be the first car to come up to speed. Who's it going to be as they hit the back straightaway?
Down the back straightaway, it's 85 of Ricky Bumbalo leading the way. Right behind him is the 41. That's Josh Boyer in the 41 machine, the 14 of DJ Hinsky. He is running third. Those guys trying to break away, and look at that bright yellow car. DJ Hinsky, he wanted to make sure he was known out there on the broadcast, and that caught my eye immediately there in that number 14 machine. So DJ Hinsky running in third. Fourth right now is that 0 of Rob Keller, Jeff Stakanis. Look at him. He's already back in the top 5 there, running in that 5th spot, trying to work over the top groove there with maybe Rob Keller in that 0 machine. So we're going to see, hopefully, these guys make their way to the field. Jeff Fugate in that number 9. He's trying to get up through there, too. So these guys now trying to leave Ricky Bumbelow all by himself down on the bottom. He might have a little bit of help. Here comes the 41 of Josh Boyer to the outside with help from the 14. Bumbelow tries to go back down to the bottom, tries to block the pass of Napick. In that number 6 machine, Bumbelow has to get drifted all the way up to the top side, slows the momentum down to the top, but they're side by side. Richard Napick right now on the bottom side in that number 6 machine. Down the back, straight away, the number 85, Ricky Bumbelow, has that shot from the top groove. He's back to the lead.
Yeah, well, I hope the pictures did the justice here, because I was kind of riding along with the 6 car of Rich Napick. He was 7th going into turn 3. He came out of turn number 4 through a tribal. He all of a sudden is making a pass for the lead once the 6 car. What an awesome run by him. I hope everybody out there in YouTube land got to look at that I kind of did, because that was quite spectacular. But Bumbelow made a great move at 85. He had the block and keep 2 trains of cars behind him. Napick's got the 48 of Austin LaPlante there. Josh Boyer's on the outside with DJ Hinsky, the 14 car. You see Ron Simpson, the 25. How about the run for the 78 of Ryan Johnson? That's a guy to watch out for on the super speedways. Ryan Johnson knows his way toward the front of one of these fields. Ryan, one of these guys I get to see in my home quarters every Saturday night at TDR, but follow him through the landscape here at Hobo. And, of course, his home league of FS Speed Racing. Ryan, one of those great super speedway competitors. Keep an eye on car 78. He is up to 7th. They're 2 wide racing Todd from the 3rd spot all the way back to about, call it about 20th position.
Yeah, they're having a whale of a show here through the middle of the pack. Been showing the great race up front. Got a fan out there, Judy, out there cheering on Richard Napick. He's got a fan out there, too. She wanted to make sure that I let everybody know out there in YouTube land that the 6 of Richard Napick has a fan out there. So the 48 right now of Austin LaPlante running in that 2nd spot. Great run for that number 48 Cobalt-sponsored machine. He is running him down on the back straightaway. He's kind of tucked up next to his rear bumper. Meanwhile, they're 2 by 2 by 2 from 4th on back there, Phil, being led by the number 70. I believe that's a 76, maybe, the 78 machine of Ryan Johnson. Man, the 78, that Wrangler sponsor machine, had my eyes just going around here, but he is now moving up to 4th. He got around Ricky Bumbelow in that number 85 machine. The 78 of Ryan Johnson now moves his way up into that 4th spot, along with the number 108 of John Palmer, the dog, now inside the top 5 there, and he's been involved in a couple of wrecks here early on in the going, Phil, but good run for John the Palmer, the dog, in that 108 machine.
Yeah, the dog is having one heck of a run, and he's one of these guys. He's a super speedway ringer. Don't let him fool you. He's a guy who knows how to go to the front of these things, and he's got Thor Racing teammate Ryan Johnson up ahead. You got to expect those 2 guys are going to see a lot of each other, as those 2 guys work really, really well. I've seen them do that for a lot of years. But from Willimantic, Connecticut, the number 6 of Rich Napick has pulled his way up to the lead. Austin LaPlante, the 48, right there alongside Ron Simpson, the 25, 3rd. Ryan Johnson, 4th. John Palmer currently running 5th. The racing action, Todd, has been for that 6th spot. Ricky Bumbelow is back there. Duke Sorensen's made his way by in the 59. Now he's got a 38 car of Rob Heath to his inside. Josh Boyer, the 41, is back there. So outside lane doesn't have really the numbers and the strength you would think you have. I think over the course of making him some laps, I think you'll see that change. But Bumbelow, he's not going to give up on the top side. He kind of pulled back behind the 38, got that draft, and he's right back to the top side. 2 by 2 racing for that 6th position now off of turn number 4.
Definitely love that camera as they flash by on your screen. Just watching all those guys, how quickly they're coming by your screen down the back straightaway. But like you said, Ricky Bumbelow in that number 85 up by himself there. He's got about 3 cars quite a ways behind him, trying to fight and fend for himself. But he's going to drop back through the field like a rock. The number 59 machine is also making a pretty decent run of them. That's Duke Sorensen in the number 59 machine. He is running in that 6th spot, trying to work over the bottom there on the 108 of John Palmer. Not going to be able to do so. They're going to drop back in the line. You've seen these guys ducking and diving here, juking and jiving here as they go top to bottom. You can see the cars shaking. A lot of that's the draft. How the draft comes alongside their cars and makes them a little bit twitchy there. The 78 of Ryan Johnson right now running in that 4th spot, trying to work over the 25 machine of Ron Simpson. Simpson having none of it so far. So these guys are pretty much single file on the bottom side. It's going to be a matter of who breaks loose first and who's going to go with who there, Phil.
It absolutely is. I've been kind of peeking back to the field. The guy that restarted about the 20th position has now worked his way into the top 10, currently 9th. Follow along with car number 44 of old Bino, Danny Rubino. He's had that thing rolling in the right direction, that white and red number 44. They're single file racing, just made the move on Ricky Bumbelow for that 9th spot. Keep an eye on Danny Rubino, Todd, a notorious short track racer, having a great ride here tonight at Talladega. Great to see Bino up front. We've seen him have great runs on Full Velocity TV before. Just never see them put one completely together. There's a spiritual favorite up here in the booth tonight. I know a lot of guys on YouTube out there have been saying the same thing. Great to see Albino having a good run.
Yeah, like you said, Danny Rubino running in 9th in that 44 machine, so good run for Danny Rubino. He's trying to make his way up through the field, like you said. Short track veteran, and you expect him to be up front in them short tracks. We're on lap 30 of 66, coming down the back straightaway. Still Richard Napick in that number 6 machine, leading the way. Austin LaPlante running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Ron Simpson in the 25. Ryan Johnson is 4th. 5th is John Palmer. Duke Sorensen running in 6th. Rob Heath in the 38. He is 7th. Josh Boyer is 8th. 9th is Dan Rubino in that 44 machine. 10th is the 85 of Ricky Bumbelow. Pushrod, the number 17 machine, he is running in that 11th spot. 12th is Everett Lentz. He's having a good run there in the 87 machine. I know he's cheering for himself out there in YouTube land. Steve Rubino in 13th. 14th is Jeff Stakanis. And 15th is the number... Wow, it changed that quick. As I tried to go through the field, yellow flag is out, and that's why it changed so quick, as there is a ton of cars around there as we get ready to complete the laps here, Phil. And wow... a lot of cars involved in that one. I'm going to get to work there down in the booth and in the trailer here and see who was involved in that one. But I was starting to name off 15th, and all of a sudden they changed rather quickly, and there was a lot of cars around. I seen a lot of smoke. So, unfortunately, some cars heavily damaged out of that one, I do believe.
And, Todd, this one I may put on you. If we're an admin, we're going to call the yellow flag. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think happened. As you're looking at it, I think you made the call out there. Everett Lentz rooting for himself, probably had phone in hand, probably took hands off the steering wheel. He's involved here, and that may be a product of my buddy Todd making mention of our buddy Everett, who loves being on Full Velocity TV. I'm not sure who doesn't love being out here, but Everett's one of those guys I always see pop into the YouTube chat while he's out on the racetrack. Well, I see that car is all wadded up. Looks like the 87 car going to go off on the hook. And this one could be a product of, whoops, sorry, Everett, about your luck. Todd called your name and probably have got you kind of all excited. But I didn't get a good look at the wreck here, Todd. I just have the worst vantage point of all. If I go back through my screens here and try to view what happened, I just seem to kind of have a glitch and something wrong with my replay widget. So I'm going to let you go back there and call the replay. Show us what happened. Looks like a multiple car incident.
Well, it's definitely going to start with contact between the number 17 and the 44. That's Pushrod and Dan Rubino. And unfortunately, Rubino, Dan was involved in this one too. The 17, a push rod there coming up through, and we were talking about Dan Rubino. Rubino down on the apron, that caused a chain reaction. And again, looks like, oh man, you're looking at the 31 of Stakanis. He's up hard. He came up hard into the number 87 of Everett Lentz. So Lentz not involved here by his choice here. He was just one of those innocent bystanders. So we're going back and forth here just to show you what happened. Rubino down on the apron. 87 of Everett Lentz gets contact made by the 31 of Stakanis. He goes up into the Jerry Nadeau looking like car, the number 1 machine. Unfortunately, the 44 slamming the outside wall. The 55 involved. 87 does roof surfing down the banking there, and then does a couple of barrel rolls in the 87 machine, and he keeps continuing to do barrel rolls as he makes contact with the 55 machine. And hopefully we can get a word with maybe Everett Lentz, as I'm sure he's in the infield care center. He's got heavy damage, and he went for one whale of a ride, as we're going to play this back here for you, the fans, here out there on YouTube, just to see everything that happened, because there was quite a bit that happened here. Phil, as I give it back to you, I'll show him a little bit more.
Well, I'll let you just go back and show it. We'll talk about it. But, yeah, let's check on the driver of the 87. Think he's down in the care center. Pretty savage hit. We'll let him. I think he's walking out now. We'll see if we can't get a word with him. But Everett Lentz, buddy, it's Phil from Full Velocity TV. That was a hard hit. How are you? You okay after that?
I'm doing all right. Just was a bad deal there.
Now, we wanted to hate it. We were loving on you a little bit up there, and when I saw you were involved in that, I made the mention to Todd, because he was doing a great job doing a full field rundown, and got to about where your name was, said your name, and all of a sudden I look up and the 87 car is upside down. And first I said, Todd, I'm going to pin this one on you. You called out Everett's name. He probably picked up his phone, took his hands off the wheel, took his eyes off the track, and all hell kind of broke loose. But nonetheless, there, Everett, you had a good run going on. It's Talladega racing. It's all the way you can put it. Something happens in front of you, and you just become a victim of circumstance. And unfortunately for you, a wrong place, wrong time, and that car took a wild ride. I'm not sure if there's any good piece left of the 87 car.
Well, I mean, I might be able to auction off a damaged hood or something, but other than that, I mean, it's like you said, it's Talladega Superspeedway racing. There's nothing you can do about it. Somebody ahead of Dan checked up real hard, and that's what caused this whole chain reaction. We don't know what happened on that lane, and so. But all in all, the Penske Truck Rentals Camaro was doing pretty good tonight, and just disappointed the night's over.
I couldn't agree with you more, and it's tough to see you all tore up. Hate to be down here in the infield talking to you and out of this event, but really good to see you. I know we've got some more events coming up at Hobo. I believe we've got the Cup cars at Darlington coming up here, I believe, in a couple of weeks. Now we're coming back to the Modified Series at Thompson, I believe, in the 13th of September. So we're going to see you guys a few more times. But, buddy, it's always good to talk to you. You want one of the better interviews we get out there, a guy who always follows us, cheers us on what we're doing. So it's cool to get you up here in the, on the airwaves with us. But, man, we'd rather see you down there driving. We've seen 4 caution flags now just at the halfway mark of this race. 4 cautions at 30 laps at Talladega. It kind of seems like it's more than I think any of us are accustomed to. What do you think's bringing on the cause of yellow we had here tonight?
I wish I knew. There's a lot of aggressive driving going on. I mean, I've been riding at the back of the pack for a little bit of the race. I've been seeing 3-4 wide going on. A lot of people are just driving crazy tonight. I know we have several newbies that are in there. I mean, that could have attribute to some of it, but I mean, I just don't know. Everyone wants to win a restrictor plate race. Everybody's an equal, so that's what they know.
Yeah, well, I could not agree more. Well, Everett, great to talk to you once again, buddy. Why don't you say we give you some time here? Say hello to everybody out there watching on YouTube tonight. I know you've had some fans out there yourself. I know you've been out there. Oh, I see a caution overlay. We live? All right, well, hopefully everybody out there on YouTube Live can hear us, as we lost all feed from the trailer, trying to get everything back into working order. But we have taken the green flag here at Talladega Superspeedway with Hobo Racing, currently working now lap number 39 of 66 of the event. Rich Napick is your current race leader aboard car number 6. Ryan Johnson, the 78, in the second spot. The dog John Palmer is currently third. Steve Rubino is fourth. Austin LaPlante, the 48, 6-10. Herman Reese, Duke Sorensen, Manny Diaz, Ron Simpson, and Bob Becker. He is rebounded pushrod, the number 17, and back into the top 10, looking up toward the front of the field. Great racing going on up there. Can't wait for the trailer feed to come back to you guys out there. The top 4 cars have broken away. Single file in formation. Austin LaPlante now is about the 48 to the inside lane. Herman Reese flanks him there. First car in the outside, we find the 710 of Manny Diaz. He is currently running in the 7th spot. He's having a great race with himself in the 59 of Duke Sorensen as we try to get back here in the live feed. We'll just do this radio style if I can, just by myself. Apologize to all you guys out there watching Full Velocity TV. It's been an interesting night on the racetrack, slowed by 4 caution flags up to the halfway mark, and just whatever happened there, we just completely lost transmission from the speedway up through the feed and out to you guys on YouTube. So we are scrambling to recover all of that now. So hang with us here. We'll do our best to update you on all the action. The field is in the back straightaway headed toward turn number 3. Rich Knappick is still your race leader, but Ryan Johnson and Thor Racing teammate, the dog John Palmer, those guys starting to make a slinky maneuver as it hit turn number 3 and 4. Ryan was looking for running him around, but he'll fall back into a single file formation there. Dog going to stay glued right to his back bumper in the 108. And we find Rubino, Steve up there in 5th. The Cobalt machine of Austin LaPlante is 6th, trying to go back through this field. Side by side, we find the 710 of Manny Diaz, Duke Sorensen. Those guys, that battle just has not relinquished itself whatsoever. Those two cars very, very equal out there. But yeah, they're having a great run. Just updating out there on YouTube, the 37 car of Brandon Spadafora. Well, he has worked his way forward. He is currently running 12th as I find the 37 car is running back up through the scroll. He's in the 12th position, working his way now up right behind the number 17 of Bob Becker. Mark Alger, the 01, is right there as well. That's good racing going on inside the top 10, 2 wide. We find this field. Ron Simpson's white Carva 25 now up to the high side. Duke Sorensen, the 59. He's going to pull alongside her right to the back deck to the 710 of Manny Diaz. Up front, things starting to happen there. Knappick has a battle on his hands. I believe the 78 car of Ryan Johnson did try to peek to the outside. That battle is going to go away just as quickly as it started. But things are happening fast here at the Talladega Super Speedway, all led by Rich Knappick as the field works its way now off the back straightaway. 43 of 66 laps coming up on the board. Todd Stanton is back in the trailer. He's down there working on all the things, getting it all back together. And I believe this, as I say that, Todd, I see the live feed back a-rolling. I think all systems a go. Full Velocity TV, this train keeps on rolling.
Yeah, it doesn't take very long. It took me a little bit longer than I would like to, and I apologize for all that going out. Everything, including cable, regular cable, went out here for a split second. Had to reset all the routers, all the modems, everything that was in this household, and make sure that everything was back up and running. So we do apologize for the little bit of stutter here. I have the beautiful Time Warner / Spectrum cable up here in lovely upstate New York. So. A fantastic job by those guys, ruining things once again for me here. But we work rather efficiently out here, Phil, and Full Velocity TV back on the airways. Apologize for all that. Hopefully you guys got to catch at least the radio portion of our event with Phil being the star here tonight. Richard Knappick, your current race leader. We're not going to be able to show you laps or even the flag status here tonight because now that stuff does not work thanks to the internet service provider that provides us with all this stuff there, Phil. And I'm going to dig on them all evening long because they really agitate me.
Well, we share providers, and thankfully on my end it stayed true. So 2/3 the way home here for Hobo Racing's Xfinity Series. The field now headed its way toward turn 1, and nothing happening up front as far as racing for the position on the racetrack for the lead goes, but we've got a really spirited race going on for about that 4th position back there where I find Austin LaPlante is there. He's got Manny Diaz behind him, but the 21 of Steve Rubino, he had stuff happening on the outside lane, was able to make a little bit of position gain. Mark Aldred, the 01, that First Plus financial machine, that, old Jerry Nadeau scheme we talked about, was making some waves. But one guy started to make his way back through this field. Our current point leader coming into the evening, Herman reached the 73, was involved in a wreck just after we talked to him. Well, Herman has rebounded with his Cadillac now up into the top 10. Herman reached now up to the 8th spot. He's making things happen. He is underneath that number 01 Dodge Charger, the First Plus machine of Mark Aldred. That's side-by-side racing for the 7th spot in a turn 3, Todd.
trying to stay with the leaders, as I thought they were going to battle it out here with the 78 of Ryan Johnson all over the rear bumper of the number 6 of Rich Knappich. Right now they're able to stay single file, but a great battle, like you said, Phil, going on with the number 21 of Steve Rubino back there. He's trying the outside of the 710 of Manny Diaz. They're trying to make that outside groove work there. Let's see if we can get a view back here with those guys here. And take a look at Manny Diaz in a nice battle here going on with Steve Rubino and that number 21 machine. The 73 also making some headway, like you said. 4 wide here down the front, straightaway there momentarily. Back to 2 by 2 by 2, but there for a little bit it was going to be 4 wide as they were fanning out through the tri-oval here down across the start finish line there, Phil. Watching these guys race tooth and nail through here and figuring out where they're going to go. Manny Diaz now jumping up to the top group to try to help the 21 of Steve Rubino. But the number 1 machine back down to the bottom. That's Mark Aldred. He's trying to make some headway. He's seen the 73. He knows he's the points leader of Herman Reese. Reese now up to 5th.
Yeah, Reese up to the 5th spot. He's making some quick work of some moves up here. That sleek black Cadillac for the 73 pointed in the right direction. So, Todd, we're getting down here. We're under 20 laps remaining here at Talladega. We're still got at least 1 stop to make for these guys if we stay green. But let's get back into the prediction business, we'd say. I'm going to make the call out to YouTube chat, and Todd, go with me on this train because I'm going to take you on a walk right now. The first person out there that can predict the winner here tonight, if anybody can predict the winner, well, the first pick out there, we are going to send you out a couple of packages of this Kabang Energy Candy. So, Todd, I'm going to put that to you. We'll get that out there. First in the YouTube chat that accurately picks tonight's winner, we'll start making those picks now. Who's it going to be to win the Hobo Racing Xfinity Series race at the Talladega Super Speedway? Those picks are now open now, so make your predictions now. Todd, I'll ask you first. I know we've had on both our ends a little bit of an issue here tonight, getting my sound on my end, losing the feed. But who do you think? Who's it going to be to win here at Talladega this evening?
Well, I have to go with, I'm going to go with Ryan Johnson in that 78 machine. I kind of like Ryan. Ryan probably doesn't want to hear me pick him, but I like the looks of that car. I know there's a lot of heavily favored guys out there in the field, but I'm going to go with Ryan Johnson in number 78. Want to take a little hit on this Kabang Energy Candy. We'll send out 2 packages to whoever predicts the winner here this evening, and you'll have to get with me here for an email on Full Velocity. Just get a hold of us on Facebook. It also comes in a nice package here. It's got apple, cherry, grape, and watermelon. This stuff is really, really good. Like I said, I had 100 packages of it, and if you want energy, this stuff is going to give you energy throughout the day, and it actually tastes really, really well. And it's got B6, B12, C, and it's got some ginseng in it too. So it's great energy candy. It was given to us by the wonderful folks at Kabang Energy Candy. So go ahead and, if you want, pick it out there on YouTube. We'll use that as our first giveaway of the season here at Hobo.
Yeah, I figured I'd throw you on the spot there, Todd. Now we were looking for creative ways to get get rid of some of this stuff. So, yeah, we'll put that out there. Keep your predictions rolling in. But the first one that correct accurately picks the winner. We'll send you 2 packages, and we'll get a hold of you here. We'll try to find you, get a hold of you on Facebook or whatever else. But absolutely. But you picked Ryan Johnson, Todd. I like that pick. I can't really take Rich Knappich, the race leader, can I? I hate to pick the leader, so I'm going to start bruising through cars in the top 10 and think, is anybody here going to surprise us? What do you say? Well, let's call the 48 of Austin LaPlante. I'll predict Austin LaPlante to go to victory lane. That'll be my prediction out there. See if I can't get in the running for some of this energy candy, as well as hoping to see a little bit of it show up in my mailbox here too. Give it a try and be able to give these guys the great review that it really deserves. But you pick Ryan, I'll pick Austin. I know the chat box has a lot of great picks going on out there, so we'll keep this open the rest of the night. But it's getting down to the nitty-gritty now, Todd. 15 laps remaining. Rich Knappich has the lead. Ryan Johnson, John Palmer, Austin LaPlante, Manny Diaz, currently your top 5, but that's where the racing action really is right now. Manny's there, Herman Reese, Mark Aldred is there, Steve Rubino's right there, Ricky Bumbalo, Duke Sorensen. That's your current top 10. Great racing going on, but we're down to under 15 laps to go. Knowing full well these guys probably have to make one more stop under green. When do you do it?
You know, Phil, I'm almost saying with it, I want to pit early and get out there quickly. So we're going to try to see what happens there. But I'm going to tell you out there in YouTube land about this Kabang Energy Candy. And I know I hate to keep crushing on it here, but the Kabang Energy Candy, that's in effect till 5 to go, guys. So you have till 5 to go to pick the winner here tonight. So those who have already made your picks, thank you very much. But 5 to go will be the last time you can put in an entry out there in YouTube chat box, and then we'll see who's going to be the closest. Again, you have to pick the correct guy here with 5 to go. Well, not with 5 to go, obviously before 5 to go. At 5 to go, all that competition ends. So just want to remind you guys, I had to put some sort of disclaimer out there. But Phil, I'm telling you, the earlier you pit, probably get a splash of fuel, get out there, take no tires, and go. It might be, but you got to have a partner, so you got to discuss strategy with a couple other guys, so that way you can stay in the draft. But you're probably going to see most of these guys go down together, if not one big group and then a second big group, because a lot of these guys work very, very well together, and they want to win this race here on Full Velocity TV. Etch their name here on Full Velocity TV.
Yeah, who does not want to win and talk to Todd Stanton at Victory Lane? But when is this actually going to start toward pit road? I got one eye open down there. Pit crews, yeah, they're starting to move around a little bit. So you got to start thinking these guys are going to be close. You know, some of the reports I'm getting down there now that these guys may, you know, some guys may just be able to eke enough out to save all the way to the end. So it's going to be really, really close for some of these guys. Not seeing a lot of action down there, but you got to think of the next, probably the next 5 to 8 laps, something's going to happen down there.
Yeah, definitely something's got to happen. If a yellow flag does not fly, that will change the complexion of this race. I believe you'll see all of them come down pit road. But green flag pit stop way the land, that'll separate some of these guys and how good their crews actually are out there on the speedway. Look at the number 1 machine. I've been watching him quite a bit here. You know, Jerry Nadeau lookalike car. So you're watching him come up through the field here. And that 01 machine actually won on your screen. And that's Mark Aldred. He's working over the top side pretty decently here around the outside right now, the 108 of John Palmer. Just able to stay right there, the dog. But the 48 of Austin LaPlante keeps nicking at that apron. And, man, he makes me worry there. If I was on the outside, I would be worried just a little bit. So I'd be backing out just a little bit to try to get a run. Maybe get the 710 of Manny Diaz to push me just a little bit more there and try to get me around the 48 machine. But Austin LaPlante is a guy on the mission too, so he wants to win here. He's won before with us broadcasting, Phil. You'd like to see us once again down in victory lane. So we'll have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Again, these guys starting to get 3 and 4 wide. Contact made. The 710 of Manny Diaz that collects the points leader. They're upside down. And, carnage here into the corner. Yellow flag comes out, Phil. This is what I'm talking about, those guys live on the screen. And rough go over there for the points leader. That's not what he wanted. Manny Diaz having a good run. His night's got to be ended. Those guys were hard up into the catch fence.
Whew. Some of them above the catch fence. A lot of heavy black smoke for some of these guys. And miraculously, all these guys that bounced off the catch fence looks like all came back down on 4 wheels. And I don't see anybody that looks like they're not going to drive away from this thing. So that is just incredible. I think you caught most of that happening on the live screen, but wow, that was pretty nutty right there. Big wreck up to the front of the field, catches multiple drivers in it. And man, maybe Todd can go back real quick and maybe give us a glimpse of just exactly how that all broke away. I know you caught it on the live screen, but wow, Todd, that was a big hit there for the 710. The 73 of Herman got a huge shot there as well. Believe I saw Ricky Bumbalo maybe take a spill in that. I think Duke Sorensen got a piece. Also believe Mike Gibson, the 76 car, may have got a little bit of that as well. Go back and do an official replay on that there, Todd. There was a lot to see there. Some big hits.
So the only way to see this, Phil, and they see it the best way, is through a helicopter view here. So we're going to go from the helicopter and watch what happens here. The 710 gets turned by the 76 there. It looks like 710 may have thought he was clear. Then comes down across the nose of the 76. 76 propels him down into the 73 of Herman Reese. And from there, it's chaos. Up into the catch fence. More callers involved up there in front of them. You have I believe that's the number 85 of Blumbelow, Duke Sorensen, the 59, the 14 involved there. Also the 41 of Boyer involved. 25 comes barreling through there. I think he makes slight contact with Ryan Simpson. He's slowing down, but he makes slight contact with Boyer there, as Boyer and him make some contact, some nose damage for that guy. So a lot of cars involved, a lot of heavy hitters involved in this one, Phil. Tough break for the 73 of Herman Reese. He did mention about that here earlier in the show. That's not what he wanted there. And he was running right around the 5th position there when that happened. As Diaz come down, and 73 was just minding their own business. Didn't realize that was going to happen there for the 710 machine coming down to the 73. Is he just got propelled pretty hard down into the 73, just barely catching the right rear quarter panel of the 73, propelling him to carnage up into the catch fence. So tough break for Herman Reese and all those guys involved. Manny Diaz having a good run also.
Yeah, it tore up a lot of really good race cars, and you can just see it there. Like it's a traffic jam there through the backstretch, and a lot of guys just caught up, basically just ran out of racetrack, and there was just nowhere to go. So that just completely sucks that happened. But it brings out that late race caution flag that, can just completely change the complexion of this race. Guys that were close on fuel, maybe the clutch from here and save just enough. Guys in the back part of the field that may not have been so close come in and fill that tank up, put some tires on it. But man, so many different things you're going to see here. I'm seeing guys on the apron, clutching the death out of these cars. I see Ryan Johnson, the dogs down there. Austin LaPlante's out there. Sounds like he's clutching. Rich Knappich, our current leader. I don't think those guys have any intention at all, Todd, of coming down onto pit road. So these guys, this yellow may be just enough for these guys that were already saving that, already said they were close. It may be just enough, but sometimes just enough at this big, humongous 2.66 mile tri-oval Nova's Talladega Superspeedway. Man, it's a place that you always love to gamble at, but you can really just come back to bite you, because it's a long way to coast here if you're even a half a lap short.
Yeah, definitely a lot of things that going through a lot of these different drivers' minds. Just paying attention to the chat box there. Michelle S. was asking, does that PayPal support being live? The live feed is always being brought to you by Hobo Racing, so any of the donations, if you want to see them live, I'm sure they would appreciate any help that they can get over at Hobo Racing. I believe they do have a PayPal to send that to them out there, Michelle, if that's what you're hitting at. I'm not sure what you are actually hitting at, but I know Hobo Racing probably has a PayPal. They get a lot of live events here through Full Velocity, and it's a fantastic thing, because we enjoy coming here each and every time and seeing these drivers each and every week that we actually get to come over here with these guys. So, like I said, complexion's changed. Drivers down there clutching, the 78, the 108. I think Knappich might even have enough to make it here in that number 6 machine. So, he's not down on the apron. He does seem to be clutching just a tad bit there in the number 6 machine, but clutching the way of the land. Some of these guys did come down pit road, but these guys up front didn't want to give away that precious track position here at Talladega, especially this close to the end.
Yeah, it really, really does change the complexion of how this is going to go, and these guys saving the extra little bit. And normally here at the extended caution flags at Talladega, the cars a lap down, going to extend this out ever so bit. But yeah, absolutely. Things have completely changed here. Let's see if we can't do a quick full field rundown here as we're working lap number 58. The field working its way now off, I believe, turn number 2. So let's see if we can't do a quick full field rundown. Current race leader is the 6 car of Rich Knappich. Ryan Johnson is second. John the Dog Palmer has the 108 third. The 48 car of Austin LaPlante is fourth. The 21 of Steve Rubino is currently fifth. Bob Becker has the 17 car up into the 6th position. Brandon Spadafora is 7th in the 37. The 91 car of Jeffrey Rogers, he is currently 8th. Ron Simpson in car 25 is 9th. In 10th position, we find Rooster in car number 94. The Hard Rock number 10 of Randy Smith is currently 11th. Joel 2, the 66, he is 12th. Mark Aldred is 13th. DJ Hinsky 14th. Jeff Stakanis, the 31 car, is currently on the lead lap running 15th. GI Blues in the 101. He is the 16th position. Josh Boyer, a pole sitter, he's deep in the field, currently running the 41 car in 17th. Rob Heath is 18th in car 38. The 55 car rather, Evan Castle is 19th, and Duke Sorensen is currently 20th, the driver of the 59. 21st, we find Manny Diaz, who was involved in that wreck. 22nd is Ricky Bumbalo. 23rd, one lap down, we find Richard Fenkel. Danny Rubino is currently still on the racetrack. He is in 24th, one lap down to the field. The rest of the field behind the wall include the point leader, Herman Reese. His night is done. He'll finish up 25th. Mark Gibson, the 76 car, his car behind the wall, as is Rob Keller in the 0. Jeff Fugate in the number 9, Everett Lynch, the 87, Andre Monjone in the 27, and Joey Sigmund, the 64. Those drivers all behind the wall from issues earlier on this evening, but we have 24 cars left on the racetrack, 22 on the lead lap. A lot of things can happen here in the closing laps at Talladega. Single file restarts there, Todd. It takes these guys about a lap and a half. We see trying to lay back on that restart and time it into turn 3 on the opening lap. Is it advantage Rick Knappich with the lead, or do you like the advantage of guys like John Palmer, like Isaac Johnson, Austin LaPlante, Steve Rubino, or anybody outside the top 5 for that matter? You got any predictions at all that are going to come up for this late race restart?
I like to be in the catbird seat, and the catbird seat's second right now. Knappich is, he's single file. He does control the pace. You don't want to get out there too far. And if he does, he's going to have a whirlwind of cars coming at him, and he's going to have to block them. So my opinion is I like to be in the catbird seat, or maybe even in John the Dog Palmer's seat there in that 108 machine. He has a chance to decide where he's going to go here. Green flag getting ready to come out. Pace car did come down on the pit road. It's Knappich, Johnson, Palmer, LaPlante, and Rubino. That is your top 5. Green flag is in the air. Loud pedal is down. Once again here at Talladega, as they come down the front straightaway, lap and a half to get up full song. I see the 710 of Manny Diaz. Something went amiss there, and he's already down hard into the inside wall there, and they're still clean and green. I still see the green lights out there on the speedway. Think he's off the track quick enough, but Manny Diaz, I know, took a spin cycle down through the infield grass there in the 710 machine, so tough break for Manny Diaz. His night probably over here at this point, but the 6 of Richard Knappich right now, your current race leader, tucked up right behind him, the 78 of Ryan Johnson. Johnson running in second, the dog John Palmer running in that 3rd spot, 4th LaPlante, and 5th Steve Rubino.
That's your current top 5 here. All single file off the restart. And next time we get back to the line there, Todd, 61 laps are going to go on the board. So we're going to have 5 more trips around this 2.66 mile Talladega Superspeedway to settle it. Does Rich Knappich have the car to hold these guys off? He's been fast all night long. He's put himself in position. Does Ryan Johnson, with his teammate John Palmer behind them, can the Thor Racing guys make something happen, maybe team up and maybe make their way around the 6 car? How about Austin LaPlante? I think he's a wild card out there in that, Camaro car number 48 machine. I think that Cobalt machine, that was my pick to win the race. I think he's going to have the right stuff. I've seen him enough of these big races to know I think Austin LaPlante's got a good piece to go to victory lane. Or can Steve Rubino, the owner of Hobo Racing, a guy we have, talked about here over and over again, can he make a way to victory lane? Well, we were hoping to get a good 5-lap run to the checker, Todd, but this one now may come down to maybe a green-white checker, because the yellow silk has once again graced us on the speedway. They are racing back to the flag here. Hopefully this doesn't settle this thing. We may be close here, as there are still cars 1 lap down in the event, but caution flag has found us on the racetrack. The 710 of Manny Diaz looks to have been involved. The race back to the yellow flag goes to Rich Knappich in the 6 car. The question now is, Todd, have we seen the last race to the checkered flag, or is there any possible way we get maybe a green-white checker finish tonight to settle it at Talladega?
I'm really thinking that the way it's been going, Phil, with these long yellow flags, that's going to be it there. on the speedway, but I could be wrong. I've been noted to be wrong time in and time again on these restrictor plate tracks, but there is guys one lap down, and it's been lengthy yellow flag periods here with this pace car out there. Richard Napick right now your current race leader. I'm going to go back and see. I believe it's contact between the 91 and another vehicle. The 37 was involved also. Tough break for the number 37 machine. I know somebody out there picked him to win the race here this evening, and the 37 went around and made some contact, heavy contact to the outside retaining wall. So I'm going to go back to work down there in the trailer to see what I can come up with and see what happened to bring out this most recent yellow flag.
Yeah, get back to work down there, partner. Is looks like just ask these guys inside the race chatter. You know, do we think this race is over? And the consensus is a big, solid maybe. We should get one lap, maybe two. But everybody down there is not sure. With the lap car being out there, it may be a one-lap shootout. We're going to hope for that. We're all going to hope to see a green-white, a green checker here at least. Nobody wants to see these races under the yellow flag. Nobody, us included, our viewers included. Todd don't want to see him down there. It makes him go to work even later in the race here with another replay left to show. But, yeah, we'll have to update what's going on. Pit road is open. Of course, none of the race leaders are going down there. Why would you surrender track position so late in the going? There is only a few laps remaining. I believe this is a 7th caution flag of the night, which is more at Talladega, Todd, than I think any of us kind of anticipated we would see here tonight. But we've seen an awful lot of torn up sheet metal here tonight. So I see the replay queuing up on screen. What do you got for us?
Yeah, we got the replay queued up here, and it was, like I said, the 91. Had a little bit of help from, I believe, the 25 around Simpson, just a little bit. As it looks like a bump draft just gone wrong. The 91 tried to save it, dirt tracked it the best he could, and then the 37 also gets involved as the 25 woes up just a little bit. Seeing that happened, Spatafora hard into the outside wall in the 37 machine. 91 does an easy spin down into the inside wall, nose damage on the 91. Spatafora in the 37. I believe he just did a spin cycle there in the 37 machine. Did not make any heavy contact. The 25 around Simpson did go down into the inside wall, but that 37 made some contact to the outside wall in the spin cycle, but not as heavy as maybe the 91 or the 25 hitting that inside wall. That's a little bit more nose damage on those cars, so tough break for those drivers. Again, I believe they're still in the race, but that's not the way that these guys wanted to end it.
No, absolutely not. And it's kind of following around with the pace car out there, kind of, staying near the front of the field as hopefully we see, a late race restart. You hate to see a race, especially at Talladega. The type of racing, the type of finishes this place has brought us in the past. You hope that maybe in the cards we'll see one more here tonight at Hobo Racing. Is next time around 64 laps will go up on the board. The field is in turn number 4, exiting the tri-oval, and the start-finish line at Talladega. It is way down set toward turn number 1, so it is a long pace down there. We just, along with the viewers out there, we are going to pay close attention to the lights on the pace car. Do they go out this time around, or are we going to wait at least one more lap for all this drama to unfold? What's going to happen here for the Hobo Racing Xfinity Series? The answer at the line: lights stay on. So at least one more time around. Starting to run out of laps here, Todd. If we're going to finish this one under the green, we're going to have to see those lights go off next time around. And these pace laps, it does take a long time. Average speeds here at Talladega, in qualifying, you see cars about 187 miles per hour. Well, with the cautions we have seen here tonight, the average speed of the race is currently 120.553. That's a slow race for Talladega. It's been some tough sledding for the Hobo guys tonight, which is certainly tough to see, but hopefully, next time around we see the lights go out and we can, strap in for what is going to be a wild one-lap shootout. We're hoping, unofficially.
Yeah, definitely hoping to get down there and see what's going to happen. And we got some comedians in the chat box. I'm sitting here giggling at some of the things Everett Lentz is saying down there. And I said your name again, Everett, so what are you going to do about it? Up here in the booth, we're going to see what's going to happen to Everett Lentz in the 87 next time we come to Hobo Racing League. So hopefully it's down in Victory Lane where you get to meet me down in Victory Lane and you pick up a win there in that number 87 machine. But like I said, some comedians down there in the chat box. We still got that great giveaway going on. So hopefully all you guys got your picks in for the Kabang Energy Candy. So hopefully all the picks were in, because anything after now, you're not going to be able to get your pick in for that Kabang Energy Candy. But we're going to do that each and every time we try, and we'll get you a couple bags out there. So we'll see what happens with that. We're going to wait on this pace car to see what's going to happen. We're just in awe, just like you guys out there in YouTube land. What's going to happen is can you get those pace lights extinguished? Are they going to stay on? We're about ready to find out as they're coming down through here down the front straightaway. Here down into the tri-oval, we're hoping they be extinguished. We want to see some green flag racing. We want to see a green checkered at least here on Full Velocity TV. Just waiting to see, Phil. We're going to let you take the call here as they come down through the tri-oval. Extinguished or not, we're going to have to find out.
Well, I guess we're going to wait and see. Does the field here at Talladega, does that Harley-Davidson Camaro going to hold this field off one more time under the green flag? We roll down toward the line. The answer is long ride, long ride. Lights are out on the pace car. We are going to go back green flag racing, a one-lap shootout at Talladega to settle it live tonight on Full Velocity TV. I know you guys have been out there wild and crazy in this chat box all night long. Well, buckle yourselves in, because the excitement level has just went to an unbridled higher pitch. Single file restart there, Todd. Rich Napick has to hold off Ryan Johnson, the dog John Palmer. Document they are teammates, second and third. They may have to use the help of each other drafting up, getting these cars up to full speed. You got to think, by the time they get back to the checkered flag, these cars are yet going to be a full song. You got to think advantage draft versus that car out front. Do you agree or disagree?
I think the draft's going to be the extreme advantage here for these guys, and I'm telling you that what's going to be another advantage, who gets up through the gearbox quicker and who doesn't spin their tires. You don't want to do that if you're Richard Napick here in that number 6 machine. Napick right now going to have to make sure he maintains it, but he also has got to make sure he nails the start there. The 78's just as hungry as he is. The 108 could open the door for many of those guys behind him. As soon as you cross that start-finish line, you don't know what's going to happen, but you want to get up to speed as quickly as you can, up through that gearbox as quickly as you can, Phil. And right now, the 78 plotting to see how he can get by this number 6 in one lap, because they won't actually be up to full song before they get the checkered flag.
Yeah, we are going to have to wait and see. One lap to settle it live tonight for the Hobo Racing Xfinity Series on a Sunday night at the Talladega Superspeedway. Does it get any better than this? If this doesn't get you excited, well, I'm not sure you have a pulse, and we can probably find, I'm not sure what we can tell you to go out there and watch, but hopefully you'd rather tune in and listen to us two idiots banter back and forth and see what all the great racing going on out there than versus watching like the Kardashians or something weird like my children would do. But we'll keep that, secret out here. The pace car is in. We are waiting for the green flag to unfurl. Rich Napick going to take the field to green. The flag is in the air. Green flag. Who's it going to be to settle at Talladega? Napick's going to be up to the gearbox in a turn number 1. The problem is, Todd, he's got about a 3-car length advantage. You see teammates Ryan Johnson, Dog Palmer. They may hook up. You may see a little bit of a tandem draft. We'll have to see. It's a 3-car length lead for Napick off of turn 2.
Yeah, 3-car length lead for Napick off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, and here comes that run. They were hoping for the 78 to 108. Napick blocking the bottom, trying to kill that run of the 78 of Ryan Johnson. Now the dog John Palmer going up top. He's trying to make a run of it. 78 back down to the back up to the top side here. Now locked in behind the number 6 machine. Is he going to have anything for him, Phil, as they come into turn number 4?
Well, they're single file exiting turn number 4. The caution has come out on the racetrack. There's an issue in the back straightaway. A couple of cars got involved there. This is the race back to the checkered flag. Right now, Napick, he's got that hold on the inside lane. Ryan Johnson cannot find the run. Napick throws a block as they hit the start-finish line. Rich Napick is going to pick up the win on Full Velocity TV here tonight. Rich Napick, the 6th car to victory lane. Ryan Johnson finishes up 2nd. John Palmer 3rd, Austin LaPlante 4th, and Steve Rubino in the top 5. Interested there, Todd. Not one single position change in the top 5. I just wonder if that comes down to these cars not quite, totally wound up, but Great block there by Napick. Terrific driving out the rearview mirror by him. And, man, we'll ask Ryan and Dog on it in the post-race show here. But I just don't think they had enough time to get those cars wound up enough to take one really, really good look at it.
Not sure what happened there, Phil. I was trying to go back to see who actually won this Kabang Energy Candy. It was pretty interesting to see what happened, who won it. Rich Napick taking down the win, and I believe Judy was out there cheering him on. So I believe she was one that picked Napick, and it was Judy. How about Judy out there in YouTube has picked up the Kabang Energy Candy? Is Rich Napick going to burn him down the front straightaway here? And you're going to watch him do his victory donuts here at Talladega. Light those tires, light the wick here for the number 6 machine. Richard Napick taking down the victory. Well-deserved victory here at Hobo Racing League. And Napick still having a little bit of trouble. Maybe he hasn't done it in a while there, Phil.
Well, it's certainly been a while. We haven't talked to Rich Napick at Victory Lane in quite a while. I'm sure he's going to be one very, very, very happy race car driver down there. Is the 6 car. Always great to see a guy from the home state of Connecticut come into Victory Lane, and terrific job by the 6 car Rich Napick going to go to Victory Lane. Also terrific run for Ryan Johnson, the 59 car, and the Dog. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be a treat for me. Get to talk to my old pal, the Dog, John Palmer, on the post race show. Picks up a solid 3rd place finish here tonight. So, Todd, we're going to get these guys squared away on the post race show. I know I'm gonna send you down to the Victory Lane where you can talk to Rich. I'll see if I can't take care of both these guys up here, from this position. See if I can't catch up with Dog and with Ryan Johnson. So we'll do that now. We'll move to the Full Velocity post-race show, and we find the driver, my buddy out from the great state of Illinois, the Dog, John Palmer. It is Phil Castle, Full Velocity TV. Dog, tremendous job tonight, buddy. Tell us all about that run.
Oh, I got somebody talking in my ear. I'm sorry.
Dog, it's Phil Castle, Full Velocity TV, buddy. Do we have a clear copy on you?
Somebody's talking in my ear. All right, Phil. I got it.
All right. Well, Dog, congratulations, my friend. A great 3rd place run. Always great to have a teammate up there with you and Ryan. Did you guys have any kind of plan at all to try to make a run of the 6 car, or was this not enough time to make that draft run happen?
We decided just to stay together. We were satisfied with 2nd and 3rd and just push Rich along. We were keeping a little bit further ahead of everybody, and they really didn't have a chance on the outside line, and we weren't too greedy. We were just points racing.
Well, that's one of those good things to think about as well. Ryan's 2nd place in the standings. We'll ask him about that. Herman had a tough night, so Ryan may catch enough points here to maybe be up in contention for the lead. But I want to talk about you, Dog. You kept your nose clean, most of the night, and a couple of hiccups here early. Got involved, had the car, kind of banged down a little bit, but you kept it clean. And a veteran like yourself that knows the way to the front at a super speedway, that had to help you. Tell us about that run through the field and how you got up there.
Just hold all the way down to the floor and look at the air and just get it, man. That's the way I roll on these super speedways. They're on my best.
Well, I agree with that. I've seen you do these before. You're a super speedway guru if I ever knew one, and it's just a thrill. It's been a while since I talked to you, Dog. I think the first time we've done this on Full Velocity in quite a long time. So I'm going to give you the microphone, my friend. This is such an honor for me to do as an old friend of mine, a grizzly veteran like yourself. Give a shout out to everybody out there. We've had a really good crowd on YouTube Live watching here tonight. So friends, family, sponsors, anybody you want to say hi to, the floor is yours, my old friend.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Full Velocity Network for coming over here and broadcasting this race. And then I would like to thank Mr. Steve Rubino for all he does and his admins. And I would like to thank Ryan for being my teammate and friend. And I would like to say hello to my daughter, my mother, my brother, my granddaughter, and my son-in-law, and the dogs.
That's right. The Dog Pound is in the house tonight. Well, Dog, on behalf of all of us here at Full Velocity TV, my friend, congratulations. An awesome 3rd place finish. And Man, let's hope that a couple of months don't go by before we do this again. Good to talk to you as always, brother, and stay safe out there and keep the fenders clean on her.
Always my pleasure, Phil, talking to you.
Absolutely, so good to talk to our buddy, the dog, John Palmer, out here. We'll do some traffic control, try to move guys in and out, and see if we can get dog down there. As the buttons are hanging up on me here, we'll move Ryan up here. Think we got this thing straight now. Ryan Johnson, buddy, Phil LeCasse, Full Velocity. Congratulations. An awesome second place finisher. Had to make you feel good knowing you had your teammate, the dog behind you there to push you, was going to be your wingman, wasn't going to leave your side. Was there any thought at all about maybe with that one lap to take a shot and maybe win this race? Or was it big picture points racing for you, knowing that you come in the second in the standings and Herman has fallen out of the race? Big points gained for you tonight. Is that the thinking?
Well, yep. As always, I'm a points racer. I've said it once. I've said it I don't know how many times. If Rich would have made a mistake, yes, I'd have been there. But I was looking at the big picture, and I think I made a good dent on Herman's points lead tonight. I may have taken it back, even though going in the chase we're going to all reset anyhow. But look, I've been up here the whole season, top 3. I'm in it for the championship. I want it, so I'm going to go for it.
That right there, my friends, is a guy who is hungry to go out there and make it happen. And man, Ryan, you've had an awesome season here. This entire year of 2018, I know you run over 3 leagues. You've had some really tremendous runs all year long. Know a new wheel that really worked out for you. Only good things ahead out there for the Mr. Ryan Johnson racing crew out there. And you know, as we always do on Full Velocity TV, buddy, the friends, family, sponsors, give a shout out to everybody out there who may be watching. I think you're going to be contending for not only this championship, but multiple more, all of the leagues that you run in all of this community.
Well, ultimately, I want to thank Ma Johnson. You know her. You've heard her talk. So she lets me race every night, and couldn't ask for a better wife. Just having a good time doing all this. So with that being said, I mean, wherever I finish in the standings, no matter where I run, I'm just looking to have a good time, race. I just want to race every night. So that's my philosophy.
That is a good philosophy to have, going out there and racing every night. Well, Ryan, buddy, always good to talk to you here on Full Velocity TV. And I've kind of had a bird's eye view of a lot of good runs you've had this season. It's not going to be the last time we speak here before the close of this year. So congratulations, my friend. We'll do this again.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for everything you do in the sim racing community, Phil and Todd.
Oh, we appreciate that. That's Ryan Johnson, our runner-up finisher tonight here at the Talladega Super Speedway. So we have talked to third. We have talked to second. There's only one more guy to talk to down there, and he is in victory lane with Todd Stanton. That is a number of the Harley-Davidson number 6, Rich Knappick. Todd, take it away. I'm sure he's got to be happy.
Yeah, definitely down here in victory lane with Rich Knappick. Knappick, you made one of those lucky fans out there in YouTube chat box who picked you, and it happens to be Judy. Won some Kabang Energy Candy we get to ship to her house here for picking you on winning tonight. Again, congratulations on the win. Tell us about the closing laps and how you got up there, Rich. I know Ryan and those guys were quite content to stay behind you. They were points racing. Did they relay that type of message to you?
Oh, no, I didn't know what they were going to do. I was expecting both of them to pull out and pull the old see you later move on me, but they hung with me. So thanks to both of them guys.
Well, Rich, I know it was earlier. It was involved in some cautions, and there was quite a few yellow flags out there, and some close calls for some of the drivers out there, and some Herman Reese, his championship, with him leading the championship, that does not help him tonight because he did not finish the race here tonight. But were you out there points racing too there, Rich, just trying to get that win, or what were you trying to do out there?
I go for the win. I don't worry about the points. They'll take care of themselves wherever you finish, you know.
Well, Rich, as all we're accustomed to here on Full Velocity TV, I'm going to give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. I would like to thank you for this great win here this evening.
Hey, I'd like to thank you guys for covering the race. Thanks everybody watching tonight. You know, it's cool to have everybody checking us out. All the guys at Hobo Racing, you know, good group of guys, and we're going to be partying in Connecticut tonight. Oh, yeah.
I know Phil's not that far from you, so maybe he'll take a drive down that way. I know he's in Connecticut. He might be a little ways away from me, but I know he's in the state of Connecticut also. So, again, congratulations, Rich, on your win, and hopefully many more to come here on Full Velocity TV.
Okay, thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the driver number 6, Rich Napick, bringing home the victory here tonight. Hobo Racing League Talladega Super Speedway, Phil. A great event has went on tonight, transpired. But I'm going to have to see what's going to happen here in the future of some of these races as we're starting to get more races involved here and more races here at Hobo Racing League. And a great race again. Wish we could have seen a couple laps to see what really happened there with maybe the high side.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we only got that one lap shootout. We did see a little bit of yellow fever here tonight, but the guys at Hobo once again putting on one whaling event, and they should be proud of it. It was a really good race for them, and it was a lot of fun. Special thanks to all you out there in YouTube chat box tonight. Anytime we come to Hobo, it's a league unlike anywhere else where it's a great vibe. We got great car counts. The chat box comes alive. So thanks you to everybody out there for tuning in, for interacting with us. It really does make these shows go around for us, and we're so appreciative for that. And once again, for leagues out there looking to get on Full Velocity TV, find us on our social media, Facebook, Full Velocity TV. Also subscribe to us on YouTube and drop us an old school email here, fullvelocitytv@gmail.com. Get your league scheduled now. So for Todd Stanton, my partner alongside, always to the side, great job ahead. My name is Phil Lacasse. We will see you back on the airwaves tomorrow night. We go back over to the iRacing stables at TDR, the RTZ Open Pro Late Model Series, 10 p.m. Eastern start time. So for Todd, I am Phil. We'll see you tomorrow night. We'll be back here live, burning it down on Full Throttle TV or Full Velocity TV.